Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of your favorite fashion show, Ready, Steady, Slay, with me, your host, the AFROGIRL. Today we have an amazing guest. She is the owner of the fashion brand Simisa. Hi Dela, how are you? How are you doing?
I'm good. Hi, AFROGIRL. Thanks for having me here.
So first things first, yeah, why the name Simisa? What does Simisa mean?
Okay, so Simisa is a combination of two words. I initially wanted to use the word Sima, that's tree, time for time in tree, but it wasn't working with the whole Instagram thing. So I had to, find a way around it. So I found a word called Misa in Japanese, which means bloom. Yeah, with the help of some of my friends. Yeah. So we basically combined Misa and Sima, and then we got Simisa. So it's basically like how things can bloom beautifully with time.
That's very interesting. Okay, so I know that you were a medical student. So how did a medical student become a student of fashion? How did even your parents take it? Weren't they freaked out?
I got mainly interested in fashion during my secondary school days. I majored in clothing and textile, and that's what be- got me into like the fashion realm. Yeah, and about my parents freaking out, they didn't really freak out because I always used to like make things at home, like always alterating my clothes, making some sandals, like always doing something. So it wasn't really that much of like a freak out. Yeah, they were pretty okay.
So I know you are a model as well as a fashion designer, and it's not hard to imagine how you moved from being a model to designing your own pieces. But at which point did you decide that, oh yes, I'm going to create my own clothing brand?
I've been making clothes and making things for some time now, for actually quite a long time now. And I've always been making clothes for like friends and family and myself. So it was mainly the advice of like friends that really like pushed me to like commercialize what I was doing, because I was working behind the scenes and like people started asking like where they could get something, and there was basically nowhere to access it. So I just had to find a way to commercialize what I was already doing.
All right, so how difficult or easy was that?
It wasn't really difficult because, like I said, I was already doing it, and because I'm also in fashion schools, I kind of knew what to do.
Would you say that being a model and being in the fashion industry has actually helped your brand become more successful because you know more people in the industry?
Yeah, I would say it really influenced my brand in like a very positive way, because I have like really supportive people around me, especially like because I'm a model, so I've obviously worked with like photographers, like great models, other models, like makeup artists, and when they found out that I wanted to do this, like, everybody was just so supportive. Like everybody just like, yeah, oh, reach out to me, reach out. It was really fun. It was really good. Like I've got a lot of help, so I'd say yeah.
Okay, so you create a lot of one-of-a-kind pieces so that one piece will not be owned by even more than like 5 people, right? So where do you get that constant inspiration from to keep creating all the pieces you create?
So it's not so hard, and I really try to have fun with the whole process. So, and I also don't feel like there's pressure on me to like create something. Like honestly, if I find, because it's like limited pieces, but if I find something unique, I work with it. If I'm not finding something unique, I'll be waiting.
Okay, so what's your typical creative process like?
So there's no like one way to it, but I'll say like like most times I've created, what really happened was that I found maybe a unique fabric, and I'll like hoard the fabrics really. Like I'll just find a fabric, I'm like, oh my god, yeah, this fabric, and I'll just keep it. Then as time goes on, I get inspired by other things that are happening around us, other people that influence me, other designers, like what's going on, and then we just work something out.
All right, so do you do the sewing yourself or someone does it? Or are you just like the designer of the brand? How does your whole production work?
So when I started, I was doing it myself because with Simisa, we have the custom. It's mainly like with custom ordered, because I don't mass produce it, and like maybe I've made like maybe 10 pieces and it's there. No, so I just make the samples, shoot the samples, and then get the orders and custom make it depending on the independent sizes. So when I started, it was very easy. I could do it like myself because the orders were not a lot. But now, thank God, I have a production team, so I have a lot of help now.
All right, so let's just clear the air on something. Who would you say is your target audience? Because I've seen on your page that you're selling a bundle top for 120 CDs, when in fact we can get it from different places at 30 to 40 CDs. And we, the youth, like the cheapest way out of everything. So I'm a little confused here about who your target market is, and what would you say gives your bundle top a unique position to be priced in such a manner?
When I started with Simisa, they were retailing for 80 cities first of all. But then as time went on, because it's more custom ordered, people really come with their own styles, to be honest. Like, it is a bundle top, but someone will come and be like, oh, please, can you extend it to cover my stomach? Can you make it flare? Can you do this? So it's like, before, like, and during the first year of work, I didn't really mind it. But like, after the first year, I just decided to increase the price because people are really understanding that it's custom ordered. To be honest, yeah.
I know the production here in Ghana can be very expensive, yeah, because of the raw materials involved. But how do you cope? How expensive or how cheap is it for you?
The main issue I would say is sourcing the fabrics because the I'm looking for something unique. There's no exact location to go look for something unique, so I really play with chances. Like I really like try to manifest finding something literally. Like I literally tell myself I'm going to find this, and I literally go pray and I find it. That's how it is. So I think that's the most difficult part, and also finding it in like a lot of quantity because as I said before, I was just having fun with it. So I wasn't really stressing with the whole like maybe if I find a unique fabric and it's even maybe 5 yards, I'll still use it to produce something. I wasn't really worried about the number of people that were gonna buy it. But like as time is going, I'm realizing it's becoming a challenge because a lot of right now it's like I have demand and I don't get like 100 yards. I need like 100 yards. So I think that's the and with production as well because you finding a production house that understands that you are trying to commercialize that what you're making and like quality control and all those things, it's not easy.
But have you tried designing your own fabric to make things easier for you?
Yes, I even started doing that before. I think because I'm in fashion school, we have like projects and stuff like that. So I have been trying to honestly, I'm trying to basically like um, incorporate like the African aspect of like like trying to incorporate like batik, like those processes. But I'm trying to do that with like I'm trying to challenge the process because normally here it's done with like cotton, but I'm trying to do it on like stretchy fabrics, and I'm facing a lot of challenges like burning the clothes, is the dyes are not. It's just a whole lot, but I'm working on. Yeah, I have that in mind.
But considering everything, all your time, your effort, and all the cost that goes into creating your final product, would you say that this business is a lucrative one for you?
I feel like honestly, I gain a lot of fulfillment in um, seeing an idea really like make people feel so good. I think I find more like happiness in that than the money, but it is quite lucrative because maybe it's like because I wasn't expecting this much returns. Like as I said, like when I started, I wasn't really focused on selling like so many pieces, but I feel like because like immediately you put the thing out, it's like everybody wants it, it's like finished, so it's quite yeah.
All right, so I know you are a final year student. Congratulations. And it must be really hard trying to balance student life, modeling, and being a designer, having your own fashion brand. How do you do it? How do you balance everything out?
I just try to take one day at a time, to be honest. And yeah, really, there's no way around it. Like today, you wake up, you have to go to school, you go to school. You come back, you're like, okay, I have to put something out. So, and as I said, because I'm in fashion school, it really helps because, like, I can even be maybe something I designed for class could be inspire the next project. So maybe I designed a top for class. I'll probably just add a dress and pants, and it's the next collection.
Okay, so what are some of the biggest projects you've worked on?
Okay, so I was very fortunate to work with Basavia on her recent like lab mantra. She's an astrologist, so she basically like travels around the world like shooting content all the time. And this August she released like a love mantra, and yeah, working on that.
Okay, so where do you plan on taking the Simisa brand? Do you plan on putting them on international platforms or what? Like, what's the big idea for Simisa?
So I want to start here in Ghana first. I'm really trying to find my way into like retailing shops. Fortunately, some people have reached out to us to like they want to do pop-ups and stuff like that. So like I'm just really trying to find retailers to like make it like because I don't have a physical store and I just don't want it to be an online store. Like I want you to be able to like walk into like a shop and you can like yeah. So yeah, so I'll say retailing.
That's really impressive. Congratulations. You're really doing amazing. Um, but apart from social media, where can we buy Simisa, clothes from Simisa?
It's just an online brand, as I said. So I'll say like early next year, you should like the website should be done. We're working on that too. So everything is just like falling into place.
All right, that's it. That's it. Thank you so much, Dela, for coming on our show. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, AFROGIRL, for having me too. It was really fun.
All right, guys, that's it. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. Don't forget, we are live every Saturday at 4 p.m. See you next week.